Yo, do you want to see a plant that's really good for depression and ADHD? It's also good for women going through the menopause too. And also if you've got anxiety and some of that OCD. Plant is also used as a muscle relaxant, used to ease menstrual cramps. The plant is also a mild tranquilizer and may calm moods. I mean, man got some ketamine growing in his back garden. Plant is also used as a nerve tonic as it may have a positive effect on the central nervous system. This plant's also an anti-inflammatory and can reduce swelling, it's an astringent, and it's an antiviral. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but this plant's been used for these kinds of things since the ancient Greek times. And the plant in question is this little guy, St. John's Wort. Now, most of the show that this little plant, St. John's Wort, may actually treat mild to moderate depression better than conventional antidepressants with significantly less side effects. But St. John's Wort has been promoted for depression, menopausal syndromes, and attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD. And like I said before, them man with OCD. So basically, it just chills you the fuck out. The only thing is you shouldn't be taking more than 900 milligrams a day for longer than 12 weeks, or else some side effects can kick in, like diarrhea, dizziness, trouble sleeping, restlessness, and skin tingling. Juicy. Also, don't take this plant if you're an organ transplant patient because it can increase the risks of your body rejecting the transplant. But basically how the plant works is it causes a downregulation of beta-adrenergic receptors and an upregulation of serotonin receptors. So basically, you just got more serotonin flying around. It makes you feel more happy. It causes changes in the neurotransmitter concentrations in the brain areas that are implemented in depression. That's why it's good for depression, you know what I mean? So then how do you identify this little guy? Well, at this time of year, which is late summer, it's pretty easy. You've got these stems that grow in alternate pairs up the stem. The little leaves on the stems also grow in alternate pairs going up the stem towards the flower. And I don't know if you can see here, but this leaf looks like it's got loads of little tiny holes in it. And they've also got little black dots on them. And there is also little black dots on these tiny yellow flowers. And talking about the flowers, this is where it starts to get real easy. You've basically got this 5-petaled star flower that's also got these tiny little black dots on them. And it's a little bit late in the season for this because they don't do it too good at this time of year, but basically when you rub these flowers between your fingers like this, it leaves like a red residue on your fingers. That's how you know you've got St. John's Wort. And then also at this time of year, another key identifying characteristic of this plant are its little red tiny seed pods, which basically look like little berries, but yeah, you can't miss them. As you can see, I'm walking past this bush and it's basically just littered with these little red tiny buds. So you're looking at, it's late summer, you find a little yellow flower with 5 petals on that looks like a star. It's got the little black dots on the flower, it's got them little stem things in the middle, what they call the stamens. It's got the leaves that are arranged in alternate structures going down, and basically they've got the little perforated holes in them and the little black dots on, and it's basically growing in a bush like this, and the plant's really quite small. Then 9.5 out of 10, you've got St. John's Wort. Now you must always cross-ID everything that you're about to consume with about 9 different sources to make sure that you've got everything that is absolutely bang on, because when you're messing about with wild plants or wild medicinal plants, one wrong move could be your last. Now, if I wanted to try this plant, I would recommend buying the plant because the dosage of this plant is very specific, and if you start going over the dosages, shit starts going a little bit wrong, so you don't want to be messing about with the dosage. But if you go to somewhere like Holland and Barrett or even some of your local pharmacies, they'll have dry St. John's Wort that you can try. But this plant also interacts with a number of other medications, so if you're going to take this or try it over your conventional antidepressants, then you want to be talking to your doctor first. But at the end of the day, if you're on antidepressants and you're getting bad side effects and you want to try something that might help give you the same kind of relief from your depression without most of the side effects that the antidepressants are giving you, then by all means give it a crack. Because this little plant's been used as far back as the ancient Greeks. So if you made this far, guys, then I appreciate you staying all the way to the end. And if you like this kind of stuff, learning about plant medicine, mushrooms, foraging and bushcraft, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button.